Hey everyone, it's Nicole and welcome to Fandom Friday. It's the new series on my channel where I'm going to discuss favorite couples, TV series and movies that I just watched or currently watching. Some things that I didn't have the place for in other videos on my channel. Today I'm going to talk about one of my favorite couples on screen at the moment. It is Waverly and Nicole, and the ship name for them is wayhaught. In general, I think that this TV show is compulsively watchable. It is a supernatural TV show with a lot of humor. Think Lost Girl, iZombie, and TV shows like that, where the main element that makes the show very appealing is not the fact that it's dark and gritty. It's the fact that even though some pretty horrible things are happening in it, people are dying, there's a lot of supernatural creatures that are creepy and scary, there's still a lot of positivity. It still makes you feel better after you watch the episode. And this balance between the two is very important for me in urban fantasies. Think Teen Wolf first few seasons. The balance was very good because there was a lot of gritty, dark themes, but at the same time there was a lot of humor. But the farther we went into the show, the darker it became, and personally I stopped watching it because at some point it was too much and I wasn't happy anymore. I wasn't feeling good when I was watching this episode, so I had to stop. Wynonna Earp filled a place in my heart that was reserved for Lost Girl. Lost Girl was also a Canadian TV show with supernatural elements set in the modern world, and it was also extremely funny and cheesy. Also, it had some major queer themes because the protagonist was bisexual. And Wynonna Earp does a similar thing. The protagonist is straight actually, it's Wynonna Earp, but her sister, Waverly Earp, is bisexual. It's not really a fact at the start of the series, she figures it out during the first season of the series. I'm going to try to not be spoilery overall when it comes to the series because some of you might think of picking it up and watching it, and maybe you watched a few episodes only and didn't watch the second season, for example. There's going to be spoilers for the relationship though, and for the way it was developed, so if you don't want to see that either, just go watch the show because it's good. If you've never heard about this TV show before, I'm going to tell you a little bit about it, give you a little synopsis so you can become curious and also start watching it. It is set in a small city of Purgatory, I know, Purgatory, and it follows Wynonna Earp, who is the protagonist. She escaped the small town a long time ago because she was always targeted and bullied in this town, and then she comes back to her sister and to the aunt that basically raised them.
Welcome home, Wynonna. I feel myself changing.
She's the second Earp sister, and the first Earp sister died in a very suspicious circumstances. Their father also died that night. Her younger sister, Waverly, has a life of her own in Purgatory. She works in a bar and she's also a big nerd. So when Wynonna comes back to the town, Waverly isn't very happy about it.
You're in this with me now, champ.
And no one else is gonna save you.
Oh, except his girlfriend, you skank!
So they have to bond again, become friends again, which was very good because I'm all about familiar relationships. And then, how, I'm not going to tell you, but they realize that the mysterious night that took away their sister and their father wasn't an accident, it wasn't something that they thought it was a part of a curse that is on their family. The curse basically is that the Earp heir has to kill all the demons and then it will be lifted. But if the Earp heir is not going to kill all of them in time that they are dead, they are going to get back from hell and the game is going to start again. So these demons obviously want to kill all the Earps, and in that case they will be able to walk the earth forever. That's really fun. It sounds a lot like Supernatural, but as I said, it has more humorous elements, it's not overly serious, and it is shot very vibrantly, and I really like the characters. But today we're talking about wayhaught specifically. I started loving them obsessively since the moment I've seen them on screen. There was a lot of chemistry and tension between them. I think they've done a great job at casting the actresses. Their first scene is so thought out. It is not queerbaiting even for a second. You just know when you see them that they're going to be together because it is written in a way that doesn't allow any second opinions. The first scene when we see them together is when Nicole, who is a police officer, comes into a pub where Waverly works. And Waverly, just a second before, fucks up the tap and it sprinkles all over her, so she's wet. Nicole comes in and from the get-go she makes a very flirtatious joke.
Perfect. I didn't know shorties had wet t-shirt competitions.
You okay? Yeah, just a bit jumpy. Had a crazy night.
Sorry I wasn't here to see it.
And you know from that moment that there is going to be something. And I think I even squealed a little bit when I heard about it. It was such an obvious start of a romantic relationship. We've seen it a lot with straight couples on TV, but we never see it with gay couples at all. Then she says, I just popped in to say hello. I'm sort of new in town.
I've been meaning to introduce myself. I'm Nicole. Nicole, hi.
Hi.
And you are? Waverly Earp. Quite a popular girl around here.
Oh, you know, it's all in the smile and wave.
Yeah.
So Nicole introduces herself and she's smiling the whole time and she's like, I would like a cappuccino to go. And Waverly, well, I'm sorry, but we're not opened yet actually. I can't serve you yet. And Nicole is like, yeah, well, I'm sorry, I just saw that the door was open and when I want something, I don't like to wait. When I want something, I don't like to wait. And the way it was said was very meaningful.
Can I get a cappuccino to go?
Oh, I'm really sorry. We're not actually open yet, so.
Oh, right. Okay, my bad. It's just when I see something I like, I don't want to wait. And your door was open.
And I was like, oh, the show is giving me more than I even expected. And then the show kept on giving because Waverly says, you know, I'm super wet, I need to change into something dry because duh. And she says to Nicole, can you like turn around and not look at me when I'm changing? And I was thinking, why? If you don't think that there's something going on, you're both women, why would you mind that another woman will see you in a bra, right? So Waverly, even at the first sight, could tell that Nicole is flirting with her, which is great because it eliminates the annoying straight girl who doesn't know that the lesbian is flirting with her. She couldn't pretend that she didn't know, right?
Sorry, do you mind just, we're at, so.
She's dragging her shirt up and it stuck in her hair and she has to ask for help and Nicole has to turn around and help her And then there's this awkward scene where they look into each other's eyes and Nicole asks her out. She's like, do you want to have coffee? Maybe today, I think. I think she said today.
Oh, officer, I'm stuck. Oh, yeah. Let me help you. I got you. Oh, God. Good job. You're not some guy, right? This would be really, really awkward. I owe you one. All right. Well, how about you buy me that cup of coffee?
Waverly just staggers. She doesn't know what to say. She's very embarrassed and she rejects her and says this beautiful line that is one of my favorites.
I'm in a relationship with a boy, man. A boy, man. Yep, I've been there. It's the worst. Okay, well, some other time. I mean it.
From then on, they start to develop them very slowly, and it was done in the best way because it wasn't too slow, but it wasn't too fast either. There was a little bit of back and forth, a lot of tension, a lot of looking at each other, a lot of suggestive dialogue. We also realized that Waverly has a boyfriend who's the most idiotic person in the whole series, not going to lie. He was so unapologetically dumb that I think I enjoyed the whole thing even more. His name is Champs. Waverly starts to slowly realize that she doesn't know why she's dating him. And I have to say that the way they break up is one of my favorite things in the show.
No. We're done. Yeah, we're done, Champ. And I've got work to do.
Because Waverly was a total boss in this scene and it made me respect her so much more. But we're not talking about Champs because he's annoying. We're going to talk about Wayhaught. Nicole is very into Waverly, but Waverly doesn't know if she is attracted to Nicole in the way that Nicole is attracted to her. And then there's also supernatural creatures roaming everywhere in this town. And Nicole sees all these victims, but she doesn't understand what's happening. Waverly doesn't think about the supernatural much. She's more concerned with her relationship with Nicole. And they have the most hilarious dialogue.
People must whisper about it? Oh my God, I hope not. No, I kind of only just discovered it when I met you.
Nicole is talking about the supernatural stuff that is happening in the town, but she's being very sneaky, very mysterious, doesn't want to talk loudly because some people might overhear them. They talk about two completely different things, but they don't realize it. And it leads to another favorite quote.
Me? Yeah, you're kind of special. Okay, maybe I'm a bit more open-minded, but it's not like I have some mystical gift or something. No, I get it. You're a lesbian, not a unicorn, right? What?
There's a lot of misunderstanding after this scene, miscommunication. They both talk about different things and it leads to them being in the car. And what could be the most heartbreaking moment in the history of the show?
So, I'll start. I'm sorry for being such an asshole before. First you want to talk, then you don't want to talk, then you tell me to talk. Okay, so well, maybe we should figure out what exactly it is we're talking about. Gus is selling sureties. She acts like she won't, but she is. And everything's changing around me, but it's all too fast, you know? And it's like nobody ever asks me if I'm okay with it. It's like, could everybody just stand still for one frickin' minute?
Waverly is worried that everything is changing so fast around her and there's this sexuality thing that she can't cope with as well. And Nicole is trying to talk to her to assure her that everything is okay, everything is going to be okay at least. And she says, Waverly, everything is going to be okay, you just dated a lot of assholes. And Waverly says, we're not dating. Oh, my heart broke. Then she makes another stab. She says, I think we're better off as friends.
God, Waverly, I would never ask you to be someone you're not. Good. Just don't ask me to be anyone at all. Fine. Fine. Well, maybe just friends.
My heart bled right onto the floor. I was feeling that I'm going to be cheated. I was feeling that it's going to be dramatic again and that we'll have to wait another season for them to get together. But another surprise. The show is so good at surprises. In the same episode, I believe, Waverly talks with her auntie about stuff that is changing around her and how she cannot cope. And she says to her that, Waverly, I know you as a very brave girl, and I believe that you're going to make the best choice for yourself. You just have to follow your heart. And Waverly is just, she surprised me in this scene because she comes right into the precinct, asks Nicole, who's writing something, if the sheriff is lunching. She drives Nicole into the sheriff's office, I believe, closes all the curtains, just goes into it and starts making out with her.
Hey! Excuse me. What is your problem? I don't understand why you're...
Nicole is a little bit shocked. She wants to communicate something first. They start talking, and then Waverly finally says that she always wanted to do something big. She always wanted to be daring, but she's actually not that brave.
Point is, I've always wanted to do things that scared me, but... well, it's not so easy to be brazen when the thing that you want, that scares you to death, is sitting right in front of you.
And then they make out more. There's intense scarf action, which I really enjoyed. There's the stop talking, make me, which is a favorite.
Maybe I should have stopped talking. See? You're getting better at this already. Maybe you should stop talking too. Maybe you should make me.
Honestly, it is one of the best makeouts that I've seen between women on screen. I don't know in how many takes they did it, but there was passion, there was tension, there was emotion, and I was so sold on this couple, even from the start. But from that moment, I think my love multiplied. Then they start sneaking around because Wynonna, Waverly's sister, doesn't know about them and they're not ready to tell about it. There's a lot of other people they're trying to hide their relationship from as well, but it is not done in a dramatic way. It is done in a very cheeky way, so it's funny. Closer to the end of the first season, they wanted to pick the drama up a little bit, and they are doing it in the best way possible because the season was finishing after Lexa in V100 died, and there was a lot of uproar about queer women dying on TV. And what they're doing is they threaten Nicole with a gun.
Give me Peacemaker, or I punch a bunch of holes in Waverly's girlfriend.
Girlfriend?
Kind of.
Kind of?
I know you won't shoot.
What do I care about some ginger butch cop?
And you sit on the edge, you're nervous, you're looking at the screen, you're ready to bawl your eyes out, to scream into the void and be annoyed with everything and angry and to feel all the emotions. You're like, oh no, is this truly happening? Are they going to do that with me again? As a queer woman, you're always suspicious that it's going to happen, that they're going to kill off a queer woman on screen because nobody fucking respects us, and we're always sort of treated like throwaway characters, which is annoying. And then they have a common sense to put Nicole in a bulletproof vest.
Wearing a bulletproof vest. It's kind of standard operating procedure when we got a 404 on our hands.
It was topical, it was adding to the drama, but it also left the viewers relieved and happy. It turned into an example of how you should do it. And that's how the first season ends. Then we have the second season of Wynonna Earp. Usually when the couple gets together, they have to introduce drama into the relationship, so the relationship will feel fresh and entertaining, because you cannot watch two people being syrupy in love forever. It doesn't take away from the relationship. The inside and outside conflict is balanced. My favorite scene from the second season is a cheerleading scene. Obviously, I think I watched it with my jaw dropped so many times, and I bet if you watch the show, you did watch this scene a lot as well, because I don't know what's better, the scarf action or the cheerleading, because I was totally sold on cheerleading.
I'm not the one that can write my story. Ain't nobody else gonna do it for me. Anything at all that I wanna be, I got it all right in front of me. I'm not the one that can write my story,
There was a lot of other conflicts in the second season that I think are spoilers, so I cannot bring up. They also added another gay character, and I really enjoyed him. He was a nerd and he wasn't a stereotype. I think that if the show is going to continue in this direction and constantly bust all those negative plot points that we expect to see, it's going to be even more amazing. I'm going to love it even more, and I cannot wait, because the dialogue between them is always so on point. The chemistry is always there, even though they're supposedly dating for a while now, and they're still very exciting for me. That's everything that I wanted to say in this video. I hope that I didn't miss anything. When I get to my notes, I will probably realize that I missed something, but what can you do? I want you to tell me your favorite scene with wayhaught in the comments down below if you watched the show, or tell me if you didn't watch the show but you watched this video and now you want to watch the show, because that's going to be amazing as well. Thank you for watching these videos. Let's hope that there's going to be more videos in this section in the future. Tell me also what fandoms you want me to discuss. Maybe I'm not a part of them, but who knows? Let's try it. And thank you for watching. I hope to see you soon in my next video. Bye!